Hey everybody, welcome to the Venerella 3 launch party. That's right. Hey, I'm Anthony Sika, creator, writer, artist, letterer, editor, publisher. Wild Mercury Comics. I am the publisher of Venerella, Misty America. Oh my God, many more titles to come. Hey. Venerella number 3. Number 3 launched tonight around 8 p.m., maybe 10 after 8 p.m., maybe it was 7:45, not quite sure. But anyway, launched tonight, Venerella number 3 on Indiegogo. I'm gonna have a little party. Pretty much it's a party with myself, which is how I usually party, me and myself. But I have a guest right now coming on, and then maybe I'll get some guests later on. I sent the link, the StreamYard link to some various peeps out there. If you're not busy watching something political or masturbating or fapping with something else, then please join the party and chat with me. But whatever you do, click the subscribe button, click the like button, and go to the link in the description of this video to go back. Venerella 3 available on Indiegogo. I'm going to bring in a friend of mine, an agent de camp, my good buddy, Agent de
And
camp.
how are you doing?
I'm doing great, my friend. I just
Good.
launched Venerella number 3 tonight.
I know.
I've done so much work on this new issue of Venerella 3. I launched I launched Venerella number 2 like years ago.
Yep.
But I had some tragedy in my family. I had some work
I know.
situation. I had some all kinds of crap. But I released and fulfilled Venerella number 2 earlier this year. I think it was
good.
February or March. Maybe it was March something. I launched then Misty America number 2.
Yep.
I launched that in I think it was June or no, I'm sorry, it was April of this year. And I fulfilled in August. No, you know what? I launched in June. It was around my son's birthday in June, and I fulfilled in August. So
Yep.
I plan to do the same thing. Venerella number 3. I got 5 pages done. I got all the covers done. I got all the artwork done, the ancillary artwork, the trading cards, all that stuff. And yes, the last campaign for anybody watching, anybody backed, whatever, Venerella 2 was supposed to have 3 trading cards with it and like 1 or 2 prints. Well, the truth be told, I got a little problem with my trading cards and my printer situation, so I didn't print the trading cards. Now, you may bitch, you may bemoan, you may tell everybody that I'm an asshole, whatever. Here's my thing. This new issue, anyone that backs, doesn't matter what the backing is, doesn't matter what you buy, everyone's going to get 5 brand new trading cards. And last issue, I sent anyone that didn't receive trading cards with the issue number 1, I sent them trading cards with issue number 2, whether they backed number 1 or not, as a kind of mea culpa moment. And also, I also printed more prints. I think I was going to give you guys 2 prints, and I actually gave everybody 3 or 4 autograph prints. So I tried to give everyone as much extra stuff as possible. I even gave some Venerella 2 backers who had never backed before. I threw them in a free copy of Venerella 1. I was being very, very generous because I took so long with the campaign. But really, everybody, I actually got some complaints, believe it or not. And even after they knew my backstory, why it was late. But you know what? Whatever.
They still complained?
Yeah, a few people did complain, believe it or not.
Wow.
You know, a big $35 package book that they're waiting, they were waiting, pins and needles for. But in reality, I was a year and a half late because, again, I had a death in the family. I had a lot of personal things, and I just stopped drawing. So, that's my excuse. It's not an excuse, though, because I love comic books. And to be honest with you, I should have finished the book and I should have just printed it and sent it, because I got to tell you, I spent all the money. And then when I had to print it and send it, that money was gone.
That's
But
water under the bridge, though, buddy. Because you're back.
But
You're back.
I'm back. I'm back with a vengeance, and she's alive.
You're back with a Venerella.
She's alive. She's fighting for her life. She's on trial for
Mhm.
some murders that she did,
Yep.
spoiler, and, she's being shipped off to Mars. She's
Ooh.
not on Venus anymore, she's going to Mars,
You
and
remember
she's
that old
going to
song,
be
Mars
she's
needs women.
Mars, she's going to
Mars
Mars.
Mars needs
Mars, she's
women.
going to Mars.
You
She's going
remember
to
that song in the
Mars.
what was that, the '90s or the early '90s, late '80s? Mars needs women.
Mars needs women. Yeah, it is because
You
but
remember that
Mars
song?
has women.
Yep.
Mars has a woman named Nikki Drake, good
Yes.
friend of Agent DeCamp. He likes the Nikki Drake. He must like
Yes.
girls with he must dig girls with eye patches. But
Well, I do have the
anyway,
droopy eye myself.
long story short, Venerella is responsible for Nikki's son's death.
Ooh.
And and Nikki used to be very close with Venerella, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
They might have been swapping some fluids earlier
Yes.
on in the backstory, but
Yes.
then Nikki went
Playing with the
straight.
non-safety scissors.
Well, yeah, well, what happens is, when you're in space and it's the future,
And it's
you know, you
lonely.
ex you experiment like you're in
Yes.
college.
Yes.
So anyway,
Yes. And you're
and who
floating
really
around.
knows who really knows what's in, Venerella's pants? Because
Yes.
she's an alien, you don't know
Yep.
what's in there. She
Yep.
could have a nice vagina, she might be a hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
She might have some extension down there, you don't know. I
Yep.
didn't tell you, I didn't show you, or maybe I did in issue 1, I think the bath scene, you might have seen something, but anyway, hey, for the 2 people watching this right now, it's probably me and you.
Yep.
The 2 people watching, please hit like, subscribe, and go back Venerella number 2.
No,
All right? I
3.
mean, come on,
3.
man. Venerella
3.
number 2.
3.
Number 3. Yeah, what did I say? Number 2, number 3.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so Venerella number 3 picks off where Venerella number 2 ends. Let me show you what I got. I'm actually gonna roll the video on the page. Maybe I'll refresh the page like those those heavy hitting comics guys do and say, hey,
Yeah.
look at I'm up to 20,000. Yeah. All right.
Someday, my man, someday.
You know what? As long as it takes before I die.
Well, did you
Um,
ever think that you'd be actually doing Venerella 3 and going on to Misty America 3?
no. In fact, you know what's funny? I actually, I believe it or not, I have a few pages of Misty America done too.
Mhm.
That's what not having a full-time job does to you. It gives you
Yeah.
time to sit and draw.
'Cause I know
Uh,
you did OMG, you know?
well, that's what's funny is I was thinking about possibly even putting OMG, which ran for 6 issues. I was thinking about turning that into a trade paperback, a one-time thing,
Right.
and maybe going to go fund my comic or something and doing that
Mhm.
on there. Or
Right.
maybe I'll go to Ripascend and do that.
I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know how much longer they're
No,
gonna be
I
there.
would, why, I would make $1.
Yeah.
So, but, Um, wow, see, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing something. Oh my God. Actually, I'm thinking about doing something with what do I call her? Lady Seraph, the
Mhm.
lead protagonist at the end of
Mhm.
Oh my God. She's this angelic type. Um, which believe it or not, looks a lot like Yaira in a way. It's got like a little thing going on there, except
Yeah, but you were first.
besides the frost. But the truth of the yeah, mine was first. But honestly, mine was like an Angela character from Gaiman, McFarlane,
Right.
and Evangeline from or Evangeline from Rob Liefeld kind of
Yep.
shit.
Yep.
But believe it or not, if I can find it, I'm going to share something real cool with you. Um, after I promote Venerella 3, in the mid 90s, Agent,
Mhm.
I wrote a full treatment, and when I mean a full treatment, I mean like a Alan Moore, Neil Gaiman style script,
Mhm.
fleshed out panel by panel for a book called The Enchanted.
Okay.
And I used to go to conventions in the mid '90s, and I used to pitch it. I used to hand it to people like Brian Pulido
Right.
and people at Marvel, and I even gave one to J. Scott Campbell, like, because back then you could give script and story ideas to people without, um, like, solicitation issues or whatever back
Right.
then.
Mhm.
But long story short, I had a portfolio that had the artwork and the actual scripts. And by the way, this was done on a computer that I had like 25 years ago, so I don't even have the
Oh,
electronic files anymore. But
dot
the script.
matrix?
Well, I'm sorry.
Dot matrix printer?
Yeah, no, but it was an Apple from 30 years ago. But
Right, right.
my point is, I had all my stuff, my scripts, my artwork for this project in a portfolio. And in the year 2003, my water heater broke in my garage,
Oh, no.
and I had the portfolio in the garage,
Mhm.
and I didn't know there was water in it. When I went to open it, there was all mold and shit in there, so I just threw everything out. All right.
Wow.
So I had no physical record of this story, but remember back when, before when you were really poor, when you wanted to copyright material, you used to put it in an envelope and send it to yourself
Mhm.
and never open it. Okay. And that was like proof of whatever.
Right.
Well, a friend of mine, Bill Hamilton, a fellow musician, a guy I've known since, he had a copy, and he recently gave me the script and my art sheets and all that.
Oh,
So
wow. Nice.
I'm gonna share that with you in the audience shortly, out in a little bit, because it's so cool,
Mhm.
and it's just really like a neat little thing. And what's great is the story is actually really good. Like,
Mhm.
it's a really good story. It's the elevator pitch pretty much. It's a high school, and all of a sudden a portal opens in the wall. See, I was doing sparkly Marvel portals before they ever existed in
Right.
in my comic ideas. A portal opens up and these demons come out. They grab the kids and they bring them into this demon world dimension. But when they're in the demon world dimension, the kids, the students, the high school students, they have they take on avatar powers, almost
Okay.
like Dungeons and Dragons characters in that
Right.
cartoon or Jumanji or whatever. When they're in this other reality, they have these supernatural powers.
Okay.
And then what happens is they escape the demon dimension, spoiler, and then the demons follow them into Earth. So
Okay.
into the
Sounds
our
pretty
rea-
cool.
our reality, and it's called The Enchanted. I was probably listening to Stevie Nicks at the time or whatever. So anyway, let's look at Venerella 2. Do 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 dun 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 and dun 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 dun. There we go. Look at
Yep.
Venerella 2. Look at that. Venerella
Mhm.
2. I keep saying 2. It's Venerella
Yeah, no,
3.
3.
I know. 3. Let me refresh. Oh, well, look at that. I got 2
Ooh, very
backers,
nice.
250.
Yep.
I'm already at 43% of my flexible goal.
Nice.
Let's watch the video. How's that sound?
Sounds good. Make it full screen. There you go.
I'm going to do voiceover. She's back. And she's fighting for her life. She's in jail. Last issue. Still last issue in jail. Ah, here's some new issue.
Yes.
Oh, see
Like
that
that little homage there. Yep.
Wolverine Hulk homage there,
Yep.
huh? Oh, I knew a tale of sexy horror in sci-fi fantasy about an empire warrior, princess from Venus, and her lust for sweaty belly.
And whose belly is that?
Mine.
You must be shaving a lot
Yep.
or waxing.
Yeah. There's 6 covers this time.
Yes.
5 exclusive trading cards and 11 by 17 original art pages, as always. Here comes the 3rd issue, not the 2nd, but the 3rd issue.
Third.
Look at those toes up in the air. I'm waiting for Indiegogo to sentiment. All right, look at that. Venerella. All right. Look at that Venerella 3 launch party thing that came up. Isn't that pleasant?
Yeah,
Anyway,
actually, as you went live, I got a notification.
yeah, well, there you go. Venerella 3. I got 2 backers. Not bad. $215 to start the night. Okay, so we got, as you can see, you got your perks on this side. There's lots of cool perks. Which cover got bought already? Someone bought a cover tonight.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
They bought, what did they buy? They bought the,
I think it was for number 2.
oh, wow. So,
Yep,
so
there it is.
so the number 3 covers are still available.
Yep.
I think one of them is wanted by Agent DeCamp.
Yes.
I think definitely.
I gotta wait for payday.
That's all right. You know, a couple less trips to Ollie's, you would have been able to get this already. All right, so what do we got here? Look at this. See this picture there? That's one of the covers.
Yep.
Which you'll see in a minute. Hopefully my scrolling. All right. So here's some preview pages from issue 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at that action, my friend.
Yep.
Got that little Hulk Wolverine homage there. You got some blood. You got some Birds of Prey type action going on, girl fight. Look at that. Spoiler, can't show this panel, right? Now, look at Venerella's eyes all wide and look at that, all that blood.
Yep.
What happened there? I think she cut her penis off. So now she's a real girl now. Anyway.
Well, I know. Like I said, once I get that book, I'll let you know how good it is.
So we got single price book package. We got $15. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you guys are asking, okay, anybody that says, hey, wait a minute, Anthony, your book says $5 on it, but you're charging 15. Well, let's be honest. You're getting it months before the stores get it. It's backing a crowdfunding. You're getting 5 trading cards and shipping and handling, exclusiveness, all that stuff. So you know what? If you want to crowdfund this for $15, you're helping out an artist who's presently unemployed and whose wife left them. So, you know, there's my sympathy plead. But anyway, my point is, yeah, you could wait. You could wait till you see me at a show and whatever, but that's going to be months after the book comes out. So, you know, and also you're getting your choice of the variants, which, you know, if you're at a show, like I'm working a show this Sunday, by the way, Venerella 2 and number 1, my back issues. I don't have a lot. I don't have all the covers. So you're only getting to buy, if you buy it, what I have there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And Misty America number 1 and 2, I hardly have any variant covers other than cover A on both of them.
Right.
And actually Misty America number 1, cover A, which is the white background with the drawn Uzi. I think I only have like 5 of those left. But anyway, that's beside the point.
Yeah, so but the thing is, though, you're showing $15 a book. However, you have a wonderful deal going on here.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting to that. But I want to show off the different covers. So cover A is what I call the trial, and it's fully colored. And I mean colored in a.
And who's your colorist?
My colorist is me.
There you go. Because you always mention you do the writing, the penciling, the
editing,
editing, the
writer.
Never mention color.
The artist, the letterer, and the colorist. Cover B, reclining in red. Now, this originally started as a full color picture of Ven, but Ven looked like a tomato in it. So I decided
to do put the tomato behind her.
I know it's a Japanese red sun. No, I wanted to do something like my good buddy Tim Tyler always does. He does these black and white covers with just splashes of color on it. So I think it looks better anyway, and I like it. And
it looks good.
Look at those titties, and if you're into Quentin Tarantino's foot fetish, look at those toes. Good shit there.
Yes,
I
fully
wanted to
formed
call it the
toes.
foot I wanted to call it the foot job cover, but I didn't
Uh-huh.
think, Indiegogo would like that.
Well, you coulda
So
called
anyway
it foot fetish.
yeah, anyway. So cover C, this is my favorite cover, and it's the last one I drew. I drew this like in a fever dream. I woke up and said, "You know what? I want her biting Nikki Drake's neck." So this is called Once Bitten, and that is Nikki Drake, and that
Mhm,
is some holes in her neck. And you know what? I thought to myself, it's blood, but Venerella is her skin's all red.
mhm.
So what do I do there? So I'm like, no, again, the Tim Tyler
Yep.
influence, the indie comic, uh, even the Batman black and white series thing. Let's just throw
Well,
a
you
little
gotta
color.
remember that's also the new thing they're doing now. They do black, white, and red.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
So and then thinking of my good buddy, Agent of Camp, I did a little what I call the Exley homage,
Mhm.
and it's a famous Rogue versus Captain Marvel or Captain Marvel in her beast state from X-Men, whatever number that was, by Jim Lee.
Mhm.
Cover E, on trial line art, just because I liked it.
Yep.
I like the black and white version better than the color version because I hate color comics, but that's just me. And then my favorite thing is this Once Bitten red variant.
Yep.
And I got this idea from not that I've never done it as a graphic designer before because I've done it a lot, but I was influenced by that Spider-Man book that came out a few years ago that had a monotone color on it, and it was like, well, it was all web looking.
Oh, okay, yes, they call them the webhead variants.
Yeah, but
I can't
again,
remember the name of the artist.
one color. And Steve
Yep.
Ditko did something like this even in the '60s, which was
Mhm.
cool.
Yep.
Now, of course, Agent of Camp alluded to a really good bundle package I have going. You will get all six, all six variant covers, 5 trading cards, 35 bucks
Yep.
plus $5 shipping. Look at that.
You
All
can't
6
beat
of these
that.
comics, all signed. What a deal, huh?
Yep.
There you
At
go.
first, I thought that was a mistake. You wrote the wrong price on there.
No, no.
'Cause I was like, "How can he be charging only $35 for all of
Well,
them?"
the thing is, I really want to sell these books, and that
Mhm.
this is the best option.
Yes.
It's the best option. $35 for 6 books that
I
I'm
mean, I
selling.
I could understand if you say, "Oh, well, I only want this one cover because I don't like the rest," but I don't see how you can say you don't like the rest. They all look great.
Right. Hey, buddy, thank you. See,
Yeah.
you're not only you're a conciliary, but you're a good pitch man too.
Yes. I'm a salesman.
See, these are the kind of things though that I'm looking for in your YouTube videos, not hey, my buddy's
Yes.
got a new book out. Anyway, I'm just busting your balls.
I know.
Original art packages, issue 3, cover A, brand new cover, on trial cover, available for 150 bucks. Now, uh, by the way, you get all 6 comics when you buy this.
Oh, wow.
Did
That's an even
did you
better
know
deal.
that?
No,
If
I
you
did
go to
not.
the perk, you get the original art, you get all 6 books, okay? And then you get the 5 trading cards. So you're
Nice.
getting $35 worth of books. Then you're getting a free piece of original art, okay?
Mhm.
And then you're getting the trading cards. I mean,
Wow.
can you really beat that? I mean, no, I
No,
don't think so. You can't beat that with a stick.
not at all.
Then you got this one that which I know Agent DeCamp probably wants.
Yes.
All right. So no one buy that.
Of course, you had to launch this on my non-pay week.
Well, you know what? Like I knew that. Like
Next time you ask my permission of when you can launch.
all right. Then we got issue page 3. Nikki's on that page too.
Yep. A
And that's a hundred
nice little
bucks.
ass shot there.
Yeah.
Oops,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
and that's a repeat ass shot from issue number 1.
Mhm.
Different drawing though, but
Yep.
same angle. Because I liked it. So
Yes.
and then we got this action page. This is pretty cool too. This is the first time I've ever sold. Well, no, because I did it in Misty America 2 also, but I rarely have pages done to sell with the job. But
Right.
again, I have the first 5 pages done, so I decided to throw a few in.
Yep.
It's page 2, a lot of action, a lot of kicking and swinging, and again, you got the little Hulk Wolverine homage there.
Yep.
And then you got the original art packages, cover A, which was purchased
Yep.
already.
That one's gone.
And then page 2, number 1 was a little jail thing.
Mhm.
I'm into selling the splash pages. I like those because they've got a nice pinup quality.
Yep.
And this one, as you can see, yeah, I put all the ink in. I didn't cheat and use the computer. I colored the whole fucking thing in. And then original art, page 13, just because it's got a nice crotch shot and the kick.
Mhm. Yep.
And I just thought it was an interesting shot. And I think I charged $100 for that. And again, like always, if you're missing the back issues, I have two different versions of issue one, I think, and then a couple of issue 2. But no, actually issue 2, the
Mhm.
one that's shown with the spear,
Right.
with the hatchet, spear, axe, whatever it is,
Yep.
that is the only cover I have for
Oh,
issue
wow.
2. That's how well issue 2 sold. Issue 1, though, because it was my first issue, I did like Isom. I ordered too many. So I got plenty left.
Very nice.
Anyway, so that's what's going on there.
Well, you forgot to refresh the page before you left. I'll do it for you. Come on, refresh. I think we're still. Oh nope, you got another backer.
Hold on. Let me see. I'm going to share the screen. Do, 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 do. Fire tonight. 3 backers. Look at that.
Yes.
255.
Yep.
I'm already
51%.
at 51%. So, what happened there? If I
You
do
got scroll. That
yeah,
did that to me too.
I know. If I do $500, I'm going to play the Fire Tonight video, right? So, there we go.
Oh Lord, I hope not.
Oh Lord. So let me show anybody, the 2 people that are watching, or the 2 people in the in the so if you missed issue number 1, let me
Oh, that's me. I'll show you. There you go.
yeah. All right. So if you missed issue number 1, I think I have 15 copies of this Dave Stevens homage available. I have 20 copies of this one, which I call the tongue, available. And I have, I think, either 10 or 15 of this Tim Tyler variant cover. And I have them signed. So I actually have signed copies by Tim Tyler. And I guess I'll sign them too, since I wrote the thing and did the interiors. But I have Tim Tyler signed covers, which is great. Tim Tyler, if you don't know, Tim Tyler used to run his own publishing company. He has got a company now called Rat Comics, I think. And Tim Tyler worked with Tim Vigil, Everett Hartsoe, and a bunch of indie creators in the early 90s. In fact, he published some of the first issues of Razor by Everett Hartsoe, was published by Tim Tyler. He went on to actually
Actually have
draw.
those.
Yeah, he drew some interiors and a lot of covers for Razor also. Good friend of mine. In fact, this Saturday, go see Tim Tyler at the Daytona Beach Comic Book Convention at the DeLand Fairgrounds, I think it's called.
The Volusia Fairgrounds, Volusia County.
Fairgrounds, excuse me,
Yeah,
Volusia
Volusia County.
Fairgrounds on State Road 44 in DeLand. Tim will be there set up on Saturday, and then Sunday I will be taking over Tim's booth because he couldn't work both days, and he was kind enough to give me his table. I will be selling my wares, my shit, my stuff, my back issues, my soul. I'll be selling my soul dirt cheap. Okay, I'll be selling Dirty Deeds dirt cheap too.
Yes.
This Sunday. But this Sunday, and also online, if you haven't got issue number 2 of Venerella, that is also available for $10 $10 only. But this is the only cover I have left. It's cover A. I do have other covers left, few, but I didn't have enough to offer on this campaign, if you know what I mean. So my last signing, I sold a shit ton of Venerella 2. I sold like 30 copies, which at a comic book signing is a lot of sales. So I'm
Yes.
very happy.
And
Venerella
where was
2,
that?
that was at Cloak and Dagger in Ormond Beach.
Mhm.
That's my LCS, and they're good friends of mine, Justin and Brenda and Scott. A lot of people never
Mikey.
know Scott, who owns the place. Mikey, the other kid who I don't know his name. They're all good folks there. Go stop in and again, and I'm gonna be doing a signing there too after this convention for Misty America and Venerella, and I'm also going to be doing a signing at a store in Palm Coast called Ken's Comics, a guy from San
Nice.
Diego who's now here. He's going to be doing a second grand opening, kind of where he's actually going to have people signing and things like that. I'm going to be appearing with Billy Tucci, J. Scott Campbell, and Tim Vigil. We're all going to be signing that day. So, okay.
J. Scott Campbell's going to be there?
Yeah, he's going to be coming to Palm Coast.
That's going to be a madhouse. Oh, okay.
False advertising. But anyway,
okay.
you heard it here first. It's either false advertising or good projection. So anyway,
what they say what they say in Deadpool Wolverine, it was wishful something.
Oh,
what the hell did they say?
I don't know. Wish fulfillment or something. I don't know.
I don't remember what it was now.
Anyway, here is this cover is still up for sale. Cover A.
Yep.
Original artwork, and you get all 6 comics. Not one comic, you get all 6. So you get 6 comics, 11 by 17 Bristol board. I mean, this is what Agent DeCamp wants. Look at this.
Stop trying to sell it, damn it.
Look at this. All right, I'll put it away. Look, it's even got an initial sketch on the back, but I didn't like how that looks, so I turned it over. Then we have page 1, splash page of the new issue, Venerella number 3. We have the action shot.
Yep.
We have Venerella number 2, cover A, which is sold already. So I'll just tease people. Look at that nice crotchety crotch going on there. Little thigh gap, eat at the Y. Whatever
Brazilian.
Whatever other disgusting thing we could say. And then here's Venerella in the cage. Now I'm gonna give you guys a little exclusive. I am going to be selling a shit ton of artwork at the Daytona Beach convention this Sunday. Okay. I have this brand new Rogue X-Men 97 style. Look at that thing. Huh?
That looks sweet.
Is that fantastic or what?
Yep.
Black and white Bristol board, little X logo, because I removed her shirt. So she's like soft bro. So how about that, sugar?
Yes.
All right. $100 takes home this original 1 of 1 piece of art. Piece of art, piece of ass. Anyway, so I have that for sale. And by the way, I'm going to be drawing more tonight and tomorrow. I have this Wolverine Deadpool.
Very nice.
Kind of swiped from a page of the new Rob Liefeld Deadpool team-up book. This was a pose in it, even though I didn't really copy it. I just looked at the pose, and I thought it was cool. No feet, of course, either in the shot.
We got Wolverine's foot there.
Yep. And Wolverine's. Yeah, you're right. No, not really.
A little bit of it.
And then this is something I did tonight, which, if you don't mind indulging me, I'm going to show off. It's what I like to call the finger bub. And it's Wolverine. You know how he always gives people the finger with his claw? Well, this is his real finger. And look at Wolverine over there. I mean, Deadpool, all surprised. Look
doing
at
his
that
Home
math.
Alone impression.
Look at that cowl treatment, huh? Pretty good, huh?
Yep, looks nice.
Well, if I say so myself, that's a nice cowl. That's like Simon Cowell.
Yes.
God, what a
Except
dad.
people will like this one.
Yeah, that's true. So again, I'm gonna have like original art. I'm gonna have original art going
Mhm.
on. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have original art. I'm gonna have really good um artwork, original art from the book, from my books, all of my books. I have art available for all of them. Misty America, Oh My God, and Venerella. I
Mhm.
really don't have any. I'm not really promoting Oh My God, even though I have back issues. But anybody who's interested, they know how to get a hold of me. I'll hook you up. But I do have issues 1 through 6
I
of
think
Oh
you ought
My
to
God.
bring them.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to I'm trying to keep my minor league work hidden so that one day when I'm huge,
Mhm,
I can whip that stuff out and be like, my my warts and all type books
mhm.
and go from there. But that's my thing. I want to really push Venerella and Misty, even though both did kind of originate from Oh My God. I'm trying to keep that a little separate. And when I'm making like $5,000, $10,000 on these streams from these campaigns, then I will maybe pull those out and say, hey, this is
This is
me
where it
back.
all began.
This is where it all began when I was not even on Indiegogo or YouTube or crowdfunding anything. I was selling shit out of the back of my car
Yep.
and contacting people via Instagram and selling the stuff.
Mhm.
And believe it or not, I wasn't really making profit. I was just kind of making enough for every issue to sell the book.
Right.
But to be fair, I was working full time. Had a spouse who was in the throes of cancer, and COVID was going on, and I was still putting out like 3 or 4 issues a year.
Mhm.
I did 6 issues of Oh My God in 1 year, and that was from 2019 to 2000 to the end of 2020. I finished Oh My God, and before I launched Misty America. So, I was really and to be honest with you, the reason I did it was to learn the craft.
Mhm.
I was trying to learn how to write, draw, edit, letter, and all that, and I figured this was the way for me to do it. I was cutting my teeth pretty much. And to be honest with you, I've recently looked back on some of those issues, especially the first one, and I put a lot of effort into them. Some of the art's good, some of the
Mhm.
drawing's good. The story in number 6, although it's really like very Tom King, Alan Moore-ish with I think I did a 9 or 12 panel grid on every page. I did that for like 4 or 5 pages straight in the book, and I'm like, what was I thinking? But I guess I was reading a lot of Tom King and Alan Moore or whatever,
Right.
and I was going for that Watchmen type thing. Or it was just me trying to, be creative or whatever. And then I realized, hey, I need to stop being so artsy
Mhm.
and think about when I do a book, how many splash pages can I put in it? So it's got energy and moves. And that's really what it's about with me. But anyway, I digress. We're talking about Venerella 3. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm here launching Venerella 3. I'm going to see where we're at, and then I'm probably going to wrap this stuff up. Do, 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 do,
How are we doing?
do.
You're
I'm
refreshing?
sharing. I'm sharing the screen, seeing what's going on with Venerella. Ba, ba, ba. Let me refresh. I got 3 backers.
Mhm.
I'm at 51% of 500, and it's still at 3 backers, but that's okay. I'm really happy about that.
Yep.
The thing is, I really didn't advertise this at all,
No.
other than other than a couple of tweets saying, "Hey, my book's coming out." And also people are poor, so it's all good.
Are you
We
putting it
got
on your Instagram page?
Yes, sir, already on there. So
Okay.
see,
Okay.
we got six covers. We got preview pages. We got
Yep.
single book packages, $15, but more importantly, we got we got a 6 book package, man. 6 book
Mhm.
package, okay, for what?
Basically the
30
price of 2.
$35.
Yeah.
You're getting the price of 2 and you're getting 6, plus you're getting 5 trading cards. Now let me tell you something, dude. These trading cards, these are gonna be the shit, kinda like my first Misty America cards.
Mhm.
They're gonna have facts about the characters on the back. They're gonna have all kinds
Nice.
of cool stuff. They're gonna have all new artwork.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna rehash artwork to make these cards. I'm gonna have all new stuff. Okay.
Nice.
And maybe I'll even have a nudes. Maybe I'll have some nasty cards
Ooh.
because I don't have to show the card. I don't have to show the cards on Indiegogo, and no one
No.
knows what the cards look like. So maybe we'll have a topless Venerella. Um, Let me know, anybody in the chat or the YouTube. Give me your comments. I'll do a spread eagle Venerella. I don't care. I'll do a trans Venerella. So if you're into that, whatever you want. Okay, give you your
You
Ven.
oughta put another tier on there where you get custom artwork.
Yeah, I should. I should. And
You did that before, and it worked out
yeah,
really well for you. Because
if
I know my
anyone,
picture
if
was awesome.
anyone, if anyone would like custom artwork of Venerella, just let me know. I'll do it. And then, of course, I'm showing you on screen here. If you like the back issues, you got 1 and 2 available. Let me tell you something, buddy. I was into a heavy discussion with some retards on on Twitter about a month
Uh-huh.
ago, and
Right.
they brought up all my pictures of my past issues, and they're like, "Who the fuck does this guy think he is? He sucks, right?" And they purposely brought up
Wow.
Venerella #1, the Dave Stevens homage.
Right.
And here was what they said: why is her head so big? You don't even know how to draw." And I'm like, okay, first of all, her head is not big. It's just she's got a lot of hair.
Mhm.
And if you look at the Dave Stevens Vampirella, that's the way he had it, like,
Right.
proportioned to.
Yep.
So I don't know what these people want. And by the way, I don't know if these people understand, because I know these guys that were commenting
Mhm.
have never actually seen a woman without their clothes on before. But
Well, not only that, you gotta ask them, "Well, yeah, well, where's your issues that you're putting out?"
no, here's my point. If you go, because I used to do, I'm going to give you a little backstory on this. I used to be a fashion photographer. Okay. When you take pictures of women naked or in almost naked, they're usually very small and very thin, and they're usually like 120 pounds, if that, right? Guess what? The only thing that doesn't reduce when they lose that much weight is their head.
Mhm.
So you show me a girl or a guy that looks like Beetlejuice with the little tiny head and the big body, then you got a point. But if you look at how long her legs are,
Mhm.
she don't have a big head.
No.
She's got big hair, and that's the
Yes.
point. And also, to be fair, go look at Madeira or Stinsman or Lee or Campbell or McFarlane, for that matter,
Mhm.
and look at the 90s
Ramos.
work and see how enormous their heads are.
Yeah, Humberto Ramos.
You know what? I was just about to say Humberto Ramos.
Yep.
They all used to draw in that style, and
Yep.
that's the style I like. So
Right.
therefore, to those detractors, go fuck off.
Exactly.
But but anyway, that's the thing. So anyway, Venerella 3, it's available now on the
Yep.
Indie of the Go-Go's.
Mhm.
Please back original artwork. Again, um, you know, all
With the
6,
original artwork, yes, you get go ahead.
you get 6 issues, 6 variant covers, black and white, full color, all signed by me, and you get 5 brand new art that no one's seen trading cards. And I'm going to go all out with the trading cards. The trading cards are going to be super, super fun. Maybe I'll have Venerella playing baseball.
Oh,
So
actually, no,
here's
I was
like
just thinking you could do.
Venerella first base, catcher's mitt, whatever.
Yep.
No,
It'll
I'm
be
gonna
really cool.
what?
If you put another tier on there where you can get your custom trading cards, and that way you can say if you want a naughty card,
Huh? That's a good
you know,
idea. It's a good
yeah.
idea. That's why I'm broke because I don't have these ideas. Um, Talking about another tier. If I don't make money on this campaign, I'm gonna be full of tears.
Ah,
It's
you're
gonna
gonna make money.
be a campaign of tears. Anyway, my name is Anthony Sika.
Mhm.
I'm the writer, creator, artist, letterer, colorist, publisher, downtrodden owner of Misty America and Venerella on Wild Mercury Comics.
Yep.
I really don't mention the name of my comic book company that often. It's called Wild Mercury Comics. That's because I don't want the IRS to know who I am. Wild Mercury Comics, and I published, oh my God, for a year and a half before putting out Misty America, then Venerella. I'm gonna have some more stuff coming out. I think I might do a Nikki Drake series. I might go back
Oh, I'd like that.
to martial law,
Mhm.
uh, Martian law, not martial,
Yes,
Martian
Martian.
law. I might go back to that because I like, let me tell you, you know what I like about drawing stuff on Mars and Venus? You don't have to draw real buildings or cars or anything.
Right.
And I don't know if I had this discussion with you, but one of my favorite comics of all time is Legion of Superheroes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
I love Legion of Superheroes. All right. The Keith Geffen, Paul Levitz, even the
Um,
Jim Shoo even
I'm
the Jim
before that.
even
I'm
the
the
Jim
Mike
Shooter.
Grell. The
Yeah,
Mike
Mike
Grell when he was
Grell,
drawing that.
Jim Shooter stuff, all that stuff. I love Dave Cockrum.
Yep.
Okay. All that stuff. I love the Legion of Superheroes. Um, and also I love like whenever they showed, you have your establishing shot of the city or the building they're in or whatever. It always looked like a fucking mushroom or a cone or something.
Yeah.
And
Upside
there's
down rocket.
right. And also what's cool is if you're an artist like me who hates doing backgrounds,
Mhm.
nothing needs to be in perspective.
Right.
Like, if I had to draw Spider-Man in New York, I'd shoot myself in the head because, like, I don't wanna draw more than 3 buildings,
Right.
because then I got my perspective string out, and I'm doing all kinds of graph paper shit. I don't wanna do any of that. I hate
Mhm.
that. So, my favorite art is fantasy where it's not the real world that we live in, because then I don't have to draw anything real. Like,
Right.
Misty America, I love doing it, but I hate the concept that I'm in like modern times and I have to draw a building or a gun or whatever.
Right.
I like the Rob Liefeld style of guns where it just
Mhm.
looks like a big can
Yep.
with a,
Big huge. Yep.
I like that stuff. And that's what I did in Venerella. The gun that the colonel or captain major, whatever his name is,
Right.
it's a big old like, a cannon thing with a little Buck Rogers thing on the end of it. I
Right.
like that. I like the idea of not making things look
I
like
agree.
work, and it's fun. It's a
Yep.
lot of fun, and it's imaginative, and it's my jam. I like it a lot.
Yeah. It brings you
Um,
into their world.
exactly. So I like that. And to be honest with you, I might bring Misty America into the future in the next issue.
Mhm.
Think about it. She's been in
Right.
the past.
Yep.
I didn't say anything about the future. And if you're a reader of Misty America, that whole thing at the end, the cliffhanger, we find out that somebody in her squad is the villain.
Mhm.
And the whole point of the villain is that he's like a time lord, like in Doctor Who, where he's going to bring her into the future, perhaps. So she's
Very
been in
cool.
1998. She's been in 1994, 1944.
Yep.
Maybe the next issue she'll be in the year 3034. Who knows?
Yep.
Or
Sounds good to
2024
me.
or 2024. Maybe she's the one that pushed the bullet away that missed his head.
No,
She's the girl.
she had to shoot the bullet.
She's the girl in the audience who was videotaping the whole time and never even flinched when the gunshots happened.
Yeah.
But you gotta put your tinfoil hat on for that whole day. But whatever.
Yes.
That's another story. So Venerella #3. I've launched today. This is my launch party.
Yep.
Yay! I got my pants
Woohoo!
off. Agent doesn't know, but I have no pants on, and I'm having a party in my
That's
office.
okay. I'm not wearing any underwear.
Well, underwear is always optional with me. I just like Misty America, I'm a commando when it comes to underwear.
Yeah.
But Venerella #3, it's launched now on Indiegogo. I'm gonna have it up for 60 days. It comes off November 3rd.
Mhm.
And the whole reason why I want to do that, and this is why it worked perfectly too. I wanted to roll the campaign through Halloween week
Mhm.
because Venerella is a vampire and scary and whatever, and
Right.
horror. So I wanted to roll that through there and
Nice.
promote it heavily the week of Halloween as like a last
Right.
attempt to get money. I mean, sell the book. So the thing is, I'm pushing Venerella 3, and then I'm planning to fulfill it the first week of December. Okay.
Nice.
So,
Yep.
so I'm going to end it November 3rd, hopefully have it at the printer by December 1st, and then get it to you before Christmas, which
That'd
I
be
think
nice.
is reasonable.
Yep. I think you can do it.
And it's a 32 pager, whereas Misty America is always 24 pages. This is 32 pages. So it's a little more work, and believe it or not, 8 pages or 6 pages or whatever does make a
But the
difference.
other thing you gotta remember is you fulfilled every one of your campaigns.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Only
yeah.
one was late, and
Yes,
there was extenuating circumstances for that,
yeah,
but you have fulfilled every single campaign.
oh, of course. Well, why wouldn't I? Campaigns, this is what's great about being an independent artist.
Mhm.
And I'm not trying to compete with anybody. I don't want to compete with someone who's selling the same amount of me, and I'm not competing with the Comicsgate people. I'm not competing with Marvel and DC. In fact, I'd like to segue into that too. Hey, so anyway, as a summary, before I segue into something, I am an independent comic book creator, and I pride myself on being an independent comic book creator. I'm not a big fish, but I'm not a guppy either. So the thing is, I've been doing this for 5 years now,
Mhm.
and this is what makes me happy. And please would like your support as a patron of the arts, but I'd also like you to turn you on to some cool stuff, because the cool stuff about me is my work actually has the aesthetic of early 90s independent comic
Yes,
books.
I agree.
Matt Martin's Snowman or whatever,
Yep.
his original Snowman run.
Oh, yes, I have those.
Big influence on what I'm doing right now.
Yep. Helena. Remember
Helena,
Helena?
that's right.
Yep.
All that stuff. And
Panther.
right, and talk about big heads and hot chicks. What's his face? Randy Green's Dark Child,
Yes. Yep.
stuff like that. Those are my influences.
Mhm.
Almost all those books, including She and
Yep.
Kabuki and Razor and all that stuff. Those all started out as black and white books, black
Yep.
and white interiors.
Razor is
And
my jam.
and of course, before Razor, to me, The Crow. Okay,
Mhm.
James O'Barr's black and white stuff. And then again, it goes back to Faust and Tim Vigil's work and all that stuff. And
Yep.
my biggest compliment is when people see my artwork, they don't say anything about, oh, you look like the latest this and that. They say, wow, your stuff looks like Razor. Your stuff looks like Tim
Mhm.
Vigil. For someone to even say my stuff even scratches the ass of someone like Tim Vigil is a big compliment to me. And that's all that matters, because ironically, the guy who does some of my covers now and who I'm really good friends with is Tim Tyler, who worked for years and still works for Tim Vigil. In fact, he has a brand new book, Bolt
Oh.
Action 3. And
Oh,
there
wow.
he is right there.
Ginger
Okay.
Sin.
Yep. This is Ginger Sin from let me see if I can find a page that doesn't look at this stuff. Okay.
Wow.
This is Tim Tyler's work.
Right.
You can find this, by the way, at Agent to Camp. All of Tim Tyler's stuff
Mhm.
is at the Ken's Comics in Palm Coast.
Oh, okay.
He has a whole rack of independent comic book creators, and one of mine and Tim's are featured there.
Nice.
And again, Tim Tyler will be at the Daytona Beach Comic Book Convention. Um, will be at the Daytona Beach Comic Book Convention
This
this
coming Saturday.
this Saturday, and I will be taking over his table on Sunday. I'll also be at the convention Saturday, in and out, saying hi to people, but I'm not going to be set up until Sunday.
We
But
should
again,
also say that since this is a live stream at the moment, that it's the 7th of September 2024 that he'll be there. You'll be there the 8th of September
that's correct.
2024 in
Thank you
case
so much.
somebody watches this next week.
Thank you so much, Agent DeCamp. On Sunday, September 8th,
Yep.
you can find me at the Daytona Beach Comic Convention in DeLand at the Volusia Fairgrounds on State Road 44. And on the 7th, it's a 2-day event. You can see Tim Tyler. He'll be there Saturday at the table and it's G13. And I will be there Sunday at table G13, taking over for him. We're doing a tag team. He's tagging out, and I'm taking over the Indie Outlaw comic table at
Nice.
G13 at the Daytona Beach Comic Convention. But we're here to talk about Venerella 3. Go back it right now. The actual link for the Indiegogo campaign is in the description of this video, and it will also be in the main description of every social media account I have, starting as soon as I get off this stream.
And remember, 6 comics for $35
6
with
comics
5
for
trading
35,
cards.
5 trading cards, and original artwork as low as $100.
Mm-hmm.
$100 gets you a piece of original artwork, 6 variant comic books, which is valued at $35, and 5 trading cards. So really, you're getting original artwork for like $60, really.
Yeah. Yep.
And you can't beat that with a stick, man.
Nope.
But anyway, speaking of sticks and up our asses, Agent, I am an
Yes.
indie creator, but I got to tell you something. Guess what I've been doing?
Reading other stuff?
I've been reading some major comic publishers' work lately.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to give you a quick rundown of stuff that I'm really digging.
Okay.
Make fun of me if you want, but Spider-Man Reign 2,
Yep.
I picked up issue 1 and 2. Issue 3 is coming out, I think, next week or something.
Yep.
I fucking love this comic book.
Well, did you ever read the original Reign?
Yes.
Yes.
But this one is better.
Yep.
Because his artwork is through the roof. He is literally drawing, or he is literally possessed by Todd McFarlane and Greg Capullo in this new book.
Yep.
Have you seen the art?
Yes, it looks great.
Fantastic. And by the way, the story is even better than Reign.
Right. I haven't read it yet because I'm waiting for the whole thing to come out.
Oh my God. I cannot gush enough about how good this was. I was sitting in my local comic book store, and it was on the shelf, issue number 1. And I picked it up. Whoops, earthquake. I picked it up, and I started looking through it, and I read the first 2 pages, and I'm like, I put it down, and I said, I need this in my pull list immediately.
Yep.
Sold. Fantastic. Okay. Here's my controversy. Ready for my controversy?
Sure.
Whether you like him or hate him, the Tom King run of Wonder Woman, the artwork is phenomenal.
Oh, I know. Daniel Sampere.
Oh
it's
my
beautiful. I hate the story, but the artwork is fantastic.
Well, here's my controversy. I like the way Tom King writes because I'm fucked up in the head. So I like what he does. I like him because every time I read Tom King, even if it's the psyop, I'm Alan Moore destructing, I'm ripping apart these main characters and stuff. I like that. Every time I read a Tom King comic, I feel like I'm watching Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise.
The only Tom King book I've liked was Vision.
Right. Well,
When he did
see here,
Vision at Marvel.
but
Um,
but you see, I loved um fucking Mr. Miracle. I love that
okay.
thing. I read that like 10 times. And as fucked up as this is, and this is gonna really blow your mind. I even liked Heroes Crisis, whatever it was called. I liked it.
Mhm,
I don't I here's my take, and I'm gonna lay this out. These characters, they're not real.
mhm,
So when one writer does something to them, they're not real people. I don't like Batman and Wonder Woman. I'm not going to hang out with them at the bar.
right.
So what they're done to in the movies in the comics, I don't mind because here's what I like. In Lethal Weapon movies with Mel Gibson,
Mhm,
you only liked Mel Gibson because he was hung up and being tortured. Okay. And then at the end, he gets loose and he fucks everybody up.
right.
That's the way I see Tom King, all his books.
Mhm,
He tortures the main character that he's writing about the whole time. And guess what? I don't mind that because I'm an artist and I'm tortured all the time. And
mhm,
the things that he says, I don't think they're feminist. I don't think they're gay. I don't think they're whatever. I just think he's taking a risk. Now, is he a one trick pony with his risk? Yes. But Sam Pierre's artwork
mhm.
in those first 10 issues was mind-blowingly good to me.
Yep,
So all that when Diana was getting tortured and she was being thought she was a 50s housewife with Steve Trevor and stuff,
yep.
I liked all that
Mhm.
just from the visual aspect of it. And it had like a WandaVision type.
Well, my problem with the story isn't a lot of that because some issues are actually okay. They're palatable to me, but his whole story arc itself, it's like he meanders too much. It's like he forgets this one main point he
Right,
started, and then he goes
right,
off on a tangent,
right. Well, I
and then you hear
understand that.
nothing about the main point.
Right. Well, I understand that too. But you know what? I think most things with him is a slow burn.
Mhm.
And I'm sorry, I like it. But anyway, controversy aside, let's take him out of the equation. First of all, the covers are unreal,
Oh, I buy the book for the art.
and the artwork is unreal. And that one book where she fought Cheetah for like 20 pages straight,
Yep,
and then that one where she was fighting the giant and all the other enemies, uh, they're just fantastic. And you
yes.
see, that's how invested in the story I am. I don't remember the characters in it, but I just remember seeing the fighting.
Giganta. Yep.
Right, gigantic. But the point was, it was better than I like that better than the Diodato shit with what's her face from way back when. And I've been reading Wonder Woman for years and years and years. I don't care. I don't care who's writing a character. If the character looks cool in it, I'll pick it up.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Substance aside. And the thing is, too, I got to tell you, I guess I'm weirdo, but I like Tom King's writing style because he's different. And
Right.
even if it's controversial, it's different. And the guy that the guy that draws and writes Spider-Man Reign,
Mhm.
okay?
Yep. Carrie Andrews.
Aries or whatever his name is,
Yep.
Acaris,
Yep. Andrews.
Akaris, it rhymes with Atari. I know that.
Yeah.
He did
Okay,
he did
Kari.
a video on Thinking Critical, and he was talking about Scott Snyder and Tom King and all these things. And he's saying that, you know what? When people are bitching about it,
Mhm. They're reading it.
they're reading it. And the truth of the matter is, there are a lot of books there on the big two put out and Image puts out that no one reads.
Right.
And you don't care whether it's good or bad. No one's talking about it. So I'm going to bring up this Batman. I haven't seen or read
Yeah,
Absolute
but I'm the
Batman.
one buying them though.
Right. But hey, but listen, Absolute Batman,
Right.
that big logo thing,
Uh-huh.
whatever. Are you kidding me? Like what Frank Miller did
Right.
it's no different. To be fair, they're talking about Batman just because of that fucking logo
Oh, I
that
know.
turns
Yep.
into the top of a battle axe. Who cares?
Yep.
I think it's cool. The fact that they're talking about Batman, is good for DC,
I
good for
think I'm
Batman.
gonna like Absolute Wonder Woman. I'm not
Yeah,
sure about Superman. And
yeah, yeah.
Batman, I'm kinda, like, on the fence about, but, I
I
might
don't
like it, I
read.
might not, you
I gotta
know?
be honest with you. I don't read any Superman, nor never have I. I'm just not into. I just don't care.
Right.
It doesn't do anything for me. But getting back to writers,
Mhm.
Bendis, King, this guy, that guy. If people are
Right,
talking negatively about it, at least they're reading the book. And
right.
here's my other thing. I'm actually depressed because there is one comic book that I've been reading all along that I never told anybody about. Okay.
You've been reading My Little Pony?
No,
Oh,
but but this falls under the category of no one's talking about it, positive or negative, so it just goes away.
right.
I was reading, She-Hulk
Okay.
by Rainbow Rowell or whatever her
Yep,
name is, right?
yep,
And when her whole love affair with Jack of Hearts and stuff.
yep,
Can I tell you something? I love the fucking book.
yep. I
I
wouldn't mind it.
love it. Love it. Not like it. I just me, my opinion, I loved it when it started during COVID,
Mhm.
when the TV show was announced and it came
Yep,
out. I liked that run, which they for some reason they stopped it and
and
then
then they
restarted
restarted it.
it
Yep,
and called it the Sensational She-Hulk again.
yep,
Every single issue of that book I adored, and I sound like a girl, but I liked the story. I
yep.
liked the love affair in it. I liked the art. I
Mhm.
liked
I
Captain
agree.
Marvel in it and Hellcat and all the other
Yep.
characters. She had those 2 deviants from the Eternals
Mhm.
living in her fucking apartment, which I thought was super cool,
Yep.
and the whole Jack of Hearts thing,
Right,
where, like, if he powered up, he could be with her physically because of her gamma radiation.
right.
I loved it, and it was great, and it's over,
Mhm.
and it's unfortunate, and that's what I'm getting at, is that no matter how pretentious you are or I am with indie comics and all that stuff, there are things that the big 2 put out that I love, whether
Yep,
it's for the art or for the thing, and you know what? The thing is that I'm gonna say this because I did a video on this, I don't know if you saw it, about a week ago. I haven't done a video in a long time, and it was about a video, and it was all positive. It was about things that I like,
right.
and I really am on this kick from watching YouTube people like your boy Zach and whoever. We cannot constantly just being negative about stuff,
Right.
and people like
Check out
you,
check out, Aussie Comic Collector.
Aussie comic collector, I
Yeah,
will.
yeah, he only does, like, 5, 6-minute videos.
Yeah,
He, likes to show off, 4 books from his collection. He doesn't like talking bad about any of the books if he can, you
right.
know?
You know why I have a real problem with? I used to watch, what is it, Wes and the guys on Critical
Yeah, Thinking Critical, yeah,
Thinking Critical. I used to, like, enjoy how critical they were,
right,
but now every video they do, the headline is literally, "This sucks," and
right,
"That sucks," and it's in
right.
the headline. It's
Well, the
like
thing is he does a video of, like, the best of the week.
Tom King's Wonder Woman is the worst comic I ever read.
Right,
What are you talking about? The worst comic you ever read? Dude, there are hundreds of comics come out every week. And
mhm,
by the way, let's be fair, agent. You and I both have probably a vast collection of 70s
mhm,
classic Marvel comics.
yep,
Dude, I have a huge, huge run of the Defenders.
mhm,
There's a lot of
yep,
shitty ass comics in that
yep, I
collection,
know,
both art-wise and story-wise. They suck. I
yep,
have a Daredevil on my shelf right now that I picked up from, like, 1972 with Black Widow on the cover.
yep,
It's terrible. It's terrible for 1972, and it's terrible for now. Here's controversy. There are some issues of Byrne and Claremont's X-Men that are shitty. They're
I don't
not
think so.
well,
I don't agree with that at all.
yeah,
Anything that has Burns' name on it, to
you
me,
could be
is
wrong.
top notch.
Alright, you could be wrong.
He's
But
my Jack Kirby.
I think dialogue and story-wise, there's a couple of clunkers in there, a little filler issues, but that's my opinion. Um, but Kirby and Byrne, for example, have done over like Byrne probably has 1,300 issues of continuity that he's done, including the New Men or whatever the fuck they were called, or whatever, but
Right.
on IDW.
Next Men.
Next Men. There are some clunkers in there.
Mhm.
Writing wise, not art. His art's always good, but writing wise, there's some stupid stories.
Like I said, he's my god.
Mine too. Mine too. But the point is, though, I'm not so stupid to say that he didn't have a bad month here and there.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And Jack Kirby's too. Jack Kirby did romance and horror before he ever did
Yeah.
whatever. The King has some clunkers. I have a couple of issues of The Losers
Mhm.
drawn by Jack Kirby, which are like unreadable. They're so bad, but
Well,
whatever.
I have the entire run of Eternals. Have you ever tried to read the Eternals?
Yeah.
That is some of the worst stuff I've ever read in my
Right.
life.
And there you go. There you go. But my point is, dude, I used to read Commandy, and I was like, what am I reading?
Yeah.
I mean, but it
I
is
like
what it is.
Commandy. Yeah.
But it is what it is, though.
Yep.
Okay, there's issues of Robert Kanigher's Sergeant Rock that
Mhm.
are filler,
Right.
stupid ass stories like we don't know what to write this month, so we're going to write about this fat guy.
Right.
Okay, it's about a fat guy. The whole story is about a fat guy,
Yep.
who can't. Well, how did he even get in the army and get to World
Right.
War II if he was so fat? 300-pound guy, and he's floating in the river. Come on, that's not gonna that. Please,
And he
I
saves
don't.
everybody
Yeah, I don't even think
by
they could even
sacrificing himself.
exactly. Like that's what I'm talking about. So
Mhm.
my point is, there's always good and bad comics,
Oh yeah.
but if you like comic books, well, here's the thing. They're just entertainment. They're just a comic book. It's like
Mhm.
everybody needs to relax. Like, okay, I saw this thing. Okay, one of the big people they went crazy over, the I'm not reading Ultimate Spider-Man. Okay,
You should.
great. But my point is, I've heard thinking critical and other YouTube channels who are usually actually critical just slamming this and slamming that and slamming it's like talking about that there's a black cat who's African American now. Wait a minute, you're in an alternate universe,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Different timeline. Who cares? They're not real.
Mhm.
These like even Spider-Man Reign 2. I guess in Reign, spoiler, Mary Jane's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's dead because she's spent her life fucking Peter,
Yep.
and Peter had, like,
Yep.
radioactivity in him and killed her.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, it's a story, it's not real. I hate what they did with Mary Jane's, like, she's not real, she's a drawing.
Mhm.
And the same thing with, like, I heard thinking and again, I don't read Amazing Spider-Man either,
Mhm.
but I watched the guys on Thinking Critical, and I'm just picking on them for whatever reason, going on for a half an hour talking about Mary Jane's boyfriend or lover whose name is
Paul.
Paul.
Yep.
These guys were like, "I hate Paul. He's
Mhm.
disgusting. He should die." Okay, wait a minute. Paul is a cartoon in a comic strip. He's not real.
But you
Okay?
see, this is what they're doing, though. This is where it actually shows that the writer knows what he's doing because
Please
he
illustrate
doesn't
to me.
want you to love Paul. He
Right.
wants you to hate Paul because you want Peter and Mary Jane together, and Paul's in
Right.
the way. So
Right.
he's actually doing a good job with that by making them hate him.
Right, but my point is, why don't the people on YouTube that comment on the comics, why don't they understand that this is a constant tension that is put into storytelling? They act like this shit's never happened before.
Right.
You got that Wolverine shirt at Walmart, didn't you?
Of course.
It's great looking. I saw that
I
the
know. I
other day.
love this shirt.
So anyway, but my point is though, isn't that the point?
Mhm.
It's
Well,
like
the only
It's
issue
like
I
people with
have.
the Deadpool movie, they were like, "Oh, it's they cucked Deadpool because Vanessa's not with him." That's the whole point. That's the
Yes.
whole point. He's trying to win her affection back.
Right.
What are these people did these people not ever watch a movie or read anything before?
Right. Well, one
What
of
are
the
you
things that we were touching on before is
Great Gatsby,
with
motherfucker.
continuity. Okay, if I'm going through with continuity and I'm looking at this and I'm reading a
Right,
Daredevil book and Bendis decides he wants to out Daredevil, Okay, he goes, okay, now everybody knows he's Matt Murdock. Okay, I'm leaving the book. Bye.
Right.
Well, now the next guy is guys. Well, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Somehow I get this genie back in the bottle.
Right.
That's what I don't like. And I
Right.
realize that, yes, the characters are imaginary or something, but when you do something that is totally out of character for that character, it pulls you out of that world.
Sure.
Because I use comics as escapism. I don't want
Oh,
to
sure.
I don't want to be reading what's going on in the world today in my comic book, you
Right.
know.
Sure. Yeah. Well, the
So
thing
when I'm
is,
reading that, I'm in that world, and when something's going on that seems totally out of character, it draws me out of that world.
right. No, I totally get it. But what it is people think that, like, I know that they're playing with other people's toys,
Mhm.
but when a writing team comes in, an editorial team comes in, you got to realize that it's hard sometimes to keep the continuity with what you were reading in the 80s and the 70s because
Mhm.
you're literally 40 years later.
Right.
So if you
Right.
really want to be continuity, Peter Parker should be 70 years old right now or 80
Oh, I
years
know.
old.
Right.
So we know all these things. Like, but the thing is that at some point, just like Stan Lee and Jim Shooter and stuff used to love the idea that whatever issue you pick up on, you should be able to pick in it, you
Right.
should be able
Right.
and I understand that for old time readers like ourselves, and I don't mean we're old, but we've been reading a long time.
Mhm.
We wanna have that basis. However, at the same time like Wolverine, for example, I mean, let's face it, over the years, we've seen all different iterations and all that
Mhm.
stuff,
Yep.
and it is what it is. It's like no one cared about, like, Apocalypse and stuff when, Legion destroyed the whole X-Men universe, and all of a sudden they
Right.
were started over with Apocalypse, and then they got back to it.
Right.
Or the whole thing why Phoenix is Jean Grey has been alive and reborn 20 times. Madeline Pryor, all these people that constantly die and come back, die and come back, die and come back. And even the Krakoa stuff, I think I don't agree with it. I'm very critical about what you do to my characters, but at the same time, they're not my characters. They're
Right.
just fictional characters.
Right.
And you
But
should,
that's what I was saying. You need to know how the character acts and
right,
responds to things.
right,
Because when a writer comes in and doesn't know the character,
right.
that's when the story becomes bad.
But also, I'm gonna take this opinion too. If you read Spider-Man or Batman or any of these legendary, iconic characters, these legacy characters, they were written very differently in the 60s and 70s anyway.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, does that mean their personalities changed? Maybe, but maybe not because they really don't have personalities. You don't
No,
hang
I would say that their personality stayed the same. It was just
out
the
with that.
type of story changed.
But when Bill Finger and Bob Kane wrote Batman, he had a gun and he was
Oh
killing
yeah,
people.
yeah. It was killing the Superman used to throw people off the roof.
Right. So,
Yeah.
but that's but in that case, you're originally talking about the people that created the characters.
Mhm.
It was okay to change them 5 years later, but it's not okay to change a personality down the road, say from 1994 Spider-Man to 2024 Spider-Man. That's
No.
all I'm saying. I think that Spider-Man was always kind of cucked, and Spider-Man was always kind of
Yes.
the nerd,
Yep.
and whatever. So anything that's causing tension for Peter Parker is kind of the basis of his character.
Right.
And I think that when times change, unfortunately, people are going to come in and write things different.
Mhm.
Now, whether it's the appearance or like, I think, and I'll tell you this too. I think Frank Miller's Batman, his Dark Knight was a big departure from any Dark Knight we saw before.
Right.
But I also think Neil Adams' Batman was a little different, and I
Mhm.
think Mike O'Barr's, Son of the Demon, whatever Batman was a totally different
Yes.
Batman too. I think Jim Aparo and Danny O'Neil's Batman was different too. It's whatever you and just like Tom King's Batman is a different Batman, but it's still the same character and appearance. I think that we as readers are a little too hung up on that.
Well,
I I think that if Harrison Ford dies and they make another reboot and it's Han Solo in it, as long as he acts like Han Solo, he doesn't have to
Right.
be Harrison Ford. I
Well,
think there's
yes, I can agree with that. I can understand a reboot. Um, but the problem with the comic book characters, like you brought up, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and how things have changed. You have to remember that there was a gap in there
yeah, I
where
know.
there were barely any comics published. Granted,
Yeah,
Superman, Batman, they were still getting published because Action Comics and the numbers are still showing there, but they shifted away from the superhero stuff. That's why there wasn't a big uproar when suddenly the Flash wasn't Jay Garrick; it was Barry Allen, because
right,
you lost a generation or two of readers in between there that never knew Jay Garrick.
right,
So Barry Allen became their Flash.
right,
You know, so what they're trying to do now is they're trying to make those same kinds of changes where you didn't lose that generation. The
right.
generation is on this one character, and that's the character they like.
Yeah,
And then when you decide to change it, that's when they're like, whoa, 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 no, 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 you can't do that.
yeah.
You know.
Well, as I
Now, if
said,
there was a gap and we had 10 years without heroes,
yeah,
and they went to war comics or Western comics or whatever, and then
yeah,
they came back again with new heroes and they wanted to change them. They wanted to make, your totally awesome Hulk with Amadeus Cho instead of Bruce Banner.
right, right,
Fine,
right.
because
Yeah,
nobody would know who Bruce Banner was.
right, right, right. Well, my thing is too is getting back to the comics. I just feel like no matter what you do, when you have a new creative team,
Mhm.
it's going to be a little different. The tone is different.
Right.
Just like in the cinema, um, Zack Snyder's Batman
Mhm.
is different than Chris Nolan's Batman,
Right.
and is different than the Robert Pattinson Batman.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yep.
same Bruce Wayne, same Batman, but they look differently, they talk differently, they act differently, and they have different skill sets being shown. Even in there, yeah, the basis is there,
Mhm.
but the attitude's a little different. Ben Affleck's the older
Right.
Frank Miller-esque type
Mhm.
Batman. The Pattinson is the Batman year one type Batman,
Yep.
and
The
more
Nolan one is
more
what if
detective.
Batman was no the Nolan verse is more or less if Batman was real, this is what he would do.
Exactly,
He
exactly.
used all stuff that you could buy now,
Right,
that's available. So,
exactly. And that's the thing. So that is the thing there, and there's nothing wrong with that.
but you
But
have to remember
again,
though, they still had the underlying storyline that Batman wants to do good. He
right,
wants to stop crime, but he
right,
knows he can't,
right,
but he
right,
still wants to try. Now,
right,
if
and
you get into the point where there is that one storyline, I can't remember who was written. It was recently. I mean, everybody was panning it. I can't remember. Matter of fact, I even stopped buying it because I couldn't take the story any longer. But in the opening few pages of it, Batman is coming across people looting a store,
he
and he
lets them.
says, I'll
Yeah.
let the police take it." No, that's not Batman.
And that's either a Tinian or a Taylor type, one of those,
I
Joshua
can't remember who wrote
Williamson.
it.
Yeah,
It was a mini series.
it was bad, yeah,
Um,
and the thing and even in
Fortress. It
this
was called Fortress.
and even in the Tinian book, he lost his fortune,
Mhm.
so he was, like, broke and whatever,
Right.
and again,
Well, they did that to Tony Stark multiple times.
and by the way, in the Absolute Batman,
Mhm.
he's not rich in the
Right.
story. He's not.
Which I don't understand. That's why I'm kind of waiting to see for the concept of it because I'm not big on it because what Batman has to do and the things he has, he kind of has to have money.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Because they're saying that his cape now is going to be like nanite controlled and is a part of his,
Well,
something like Spawn is what I'm thinking.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
and I
where
think
did
it
he
looks
get that?
and
You
I think
know,
it looks cool, but maybe he works for
right.
someone, maybe
Right, and then Wonder
maybe he's
Woman, to me, they're basically gonna make Wonder Woman into Tomb Raider, which sounds interesting to me. I could see that.
they
But
turn her into what?
Superman, they're turning her into Tomb Raider,
Oh, okay, yeah,
you know? But Superman is such a far departure of what Superman is, so I don't know if I'm gonna like that one
yeah. Well, as I said,
because Superman is based on his humanity and his connection to Earth.
Right.
Being raised by the Midwestern, no nonsense, all American family, with
Right.
proper morals and, convictions and things like that. And just having him come to Earth as an adult with superpowers where he could destroy the Earth.
Oh, is that the concept?
Yeah.
So he's General Zod, so to
Pretty
speak.
much, and his cape is going to be made from the ashes of Krypton.
Okay.
That's what I said. So it's like, that's really not Superman. Like
No.
you said, that's Zod.
All right.
I mean, granted, he might say, yeah, okay, I'm not going to force my will upon you, but it's like, well, why wouldn't you?
By the way, that would be a great Elseworlds Black Label story if
Right.
Superman was the bad guy and Zod was here as an
Yeah.
infant.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
Well, I
that
liked
would
a lot
be
of those Elseworlds. Like, one of my favorite ones is Speeding Bullets, where what if Kal-El was raised by the Waynes?
right.
Then they got murdered.
Yeah.
That was an excellent story.
But, that would be a cool, flip it a bit,
Yep.
and whatever. But again, these are, are you reading any other DC besides what we spoke about?
Yeah, I'm reading World's Finest.
Is
I'm
that
not a big I'm not a big Mark Wade fan because of the way he acts, but the
that
man can
still
write.
Wade? Is that still a Wade Mora guy?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
At least where it is to where I am, it is.
yeah.
Um,
They're both going to work on Justice League. I heard.
yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
What
So
else am I reading? I mean, I'm buying them, so many of them. Um, there was that one, Wonder Woman. I can't think of any off the
I'm
top of my
reading.
head right now.
I picked up a couple of issues of the new X-Men. Not Uncanny.
Uncanny is the best one.
Well, see, I haven't read Uncanny. I've been reading X-Men with Stegman doing art.
I haven't read that one yet.
I like that.
I just read NYX the other day, and I'm like,
Sorry,
wow, this is not
bad.
good. Yeah,
Yeah, I won't pick any of that stuff up.
yeah.
But
But
I
Gail Simone's Uncanny X-Men. I've always been kind of a Simone fan
yeah.
because she used to write Birds of Prey back in the day in the '90s, and it was phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I have a full run of that. Yep.
yeah, so do I, and I just loved her writing on that. Some of the stuff, like you said, she's had good books and she's had bad books.
And
Uh,
everybody does, Agent.
right.
There's
I
no
wasn't a big fan of her Batgirl.
yeah, I
I
never
have him, but it wasn't that good to me.
my experience with her is that Birds of Prey run.
Right.
You
But
know,
the Uncanny X-Men first issue to me was great.
really.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really enjoyed it.
I picked up the X-Men, the X-Men title kind of like as a difference for me because the X-Men title has Cyclops and Psylocke and
Right.
Magic,
Mhm.
and I like those characters and Beast,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I usually hate Cyclops in every title I've ever read,
Yeah.
including by the way, even Chris Claremont's Cyclops. I
Really?
really can't stand Cyclops, right?
Okay.
But but Cyclops is actually being treated very well in this book,
Mhm.
and he's coming off almost kind of as a badass, and I
Okay.
like that. In
Right.
fact, before the Krakoa thing, before the Hickman Krakoa run, there was a run by some Jewish guy with 3 names, um,
Okay.
and it was the Uncanny X-Men just before the Krakoa thing, all right?
I can't remember.
And I read it, like 5 or 6 issues of it, and it was fantastic because Cyclops was a badass in that comic.
Right.
Again, I've never been a Cyclops fan,
Mhm.
so I'm trying something new, and I like it because it's, and also Stegman, who did Venom with Cates and stuff, his
Yeah.
artwork in King in Black and all that, his artwork in this X-Men comic is very 90s. He looks very
Okay.
like it's very like Joe Mads like,
Right. Right.
and I like it. And I mean, I gave it a chance. So, but that's about it. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
that's
doing
still in the stack to read.
and I picked up the red band version of the Capullo Hickman Wolverine Revenge,
Yep.
which I liked it. It was
Mhm.
kind of silly, but I liked it. It's
Right.
like I talk about it in the last video I did because again, I've seen people just saying that it's trash and it's the worst comic ever. It's not. It's just
Right.
they were actually criticizing the fact that Nick Fury and Wolverine are smiling and joking about something in the book.
Right.
And it's that light. It's written that light. It's like they're actually involved in like a doomsday post-apocalyptic kind of
Right.
situation.
Yep.
And it's an elseworld story. It's not
Right.
in continuity. And Capullo is just having fun with his art. And I
Yep.
think it's who cares?
Right. I agree.
There's a scene in it when there's a really popular Marvel character who gets blown the fuck up in it.
Mhm.
And it's like a major A-list character.
Right.
But who cares? It's not canon. It's an Elseworlds type story,
Mhm.
and it's fun. It's
Right.
fun, and it's whatever. It's like, and also of course Deadpool team up of me being the Liefeld fan that I am. I picked up that, and the story kind of makes no sense, but it's got dragons in it and
Right.
Quasar and
It's
Star.
lighthearted and fun.
It's fun, and it's gonna be fun because it's a lot of cool characters fighting,
Right.
that you usually don't see, and it's got Wolverine in it, of course, and all that, and, it's meant to entertain. Comics are entertainment, movies entertainment, TVs are
Yep.
entertainment. We should not just hate on stuff just because we're hating on it. We should like it after we watch it or read
Right.
it or look at it.
Right.
It's like I said, and to me, who 3 years ago was on YouTube going, "Fuck Marvel and DC." Fuck that. Oh, you know what else I read, which was really good?
But
Picked up a comic called Standstill
okay.
on by Image Comics.
Right.
The fucking comic, dude, issue number 1 was 4.99,
Mhm.
and it was 92 pages long.
Damn.
Okay, it's like I bought a crowdfunded book. It was like this
Right.
thing. It was fantastic.
Mhm.
And after I read it, I had no idea what the hell was going on. I liked it. It
Yeah, but
had something
you enjoyed the read.
it has something to do with a guy who wears a bracelet,
Yeah.
some device, and it makes time literally stand still.
Okay.
So while time is standing still, like the scenes in the early X-Men, the Charles Xavier, the Patrick Stewart X-Men,
Yes.
where they
Yep.
would be in the mall
Yeah, and they
and
freeze everybody. Yep.
and he freezes everybody. That's the shit going on in this book.
Right.
And while that happens, the character who they show can do all sorts of bad stuff or good
Right.
stuff and then unfreezes everybody. So it's actually called Standstill.
Right.
And it's like it got my curiosity. And I
Mhm.
picked up issue number 1 because it looks like it has some valuable thing down the road, or maybe
Mhm.
it'll be a TV show or something. I don't
Right.
know. But it was 4.99, and even though I'm broke as fuck, I saw it. I'm like, and I was so broke that I pulled it off the shelf, put it in my box, and got it like 2 weeks later. But still, the whole reason I picked it up is because I heard someone on YouTube, they were talking about the best comics that came out this week, and they mentioned it. And
I
I was
think
like,
that was thinking critical. Yeah.
yeah, and I liked it when I picked it up. I read and by the way, 92 pages, but I read it in like 10 minutes.
Right.
Okay. Which is not bad in that it flows quickly.
Right. Right.
I wanted more after I read it, and when the last panel came, I had no fucking clue what I was reading or why. But to be honest with you, don't you like when you discover things like that? There's a
Yeah.
new TV show and you watch it and it's
Yep.
so far out there, it blows your fucking mind, and you're like, "Well, I don't really know what I watched, but I wanna watch another."
Right.
So,
Well, to be honest with you, that's what happened with me with Breaking Bad. Everybody's talking about how great Breaking Bad is. I watched the first episode. I'm like, this isn't that good. But then they do that little cliffhanger. And it's like, well, okay, let me see what happens next. Next thing you
right,
know, you watch the first entire season, you
right,
know?
right.
So it just
And
pulls you
that's
in.
and that's what comic books should do too.
Yep.
You know whose comic books do that every issue? Mine.
Right.
Misty America and Venerella, every
Yep.
single issue ends with a splash full page,
Yep.
and it's a cliffhanger, and
Yep.
you're like, "What's gonna happen next?"
Right.
So, Venerella number 3, I'm gonna end the night. I'm gonna show my screen one more time. See if anybody bought any. Let's see what's going on. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see what we got here. Let's do a refresh. Refresh, refresh, refresh. No. Oh, I got 3 backers. I think that's where I was before.
Yeah, you had 3
Uh,
before. 51%.
that's fine. That's why I'm 51%.
Yep.
Venerella number 3 on sale on Indiegogo right now. $15 single issue package, but your best package, your best bet is 6 issues for $35. 6 issues for
Yep.
$35. I want to show you something too. When you buy this, nope, I don't want to show that. I want to show this. What am I doing? I want to click on something. I want to order. I want to show you when you order a. That's not what I want either. What am I
Yeah, the perk.
doing, man? I'm so silly.
Oh, there you go. There's
There we
one.
go. Okay. Maybe it would help if I said get this perk.
Well, no, it says it all right there.
Oh yeah, it does. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Well, it says
that's
it all
okay.
right there, but yeah, you get. Look at that. So, for example,
Now you hit your details.
yeah, you get
Hit
your
the
details. You got all that stuff. It's all in there. You got perks. You got all kinds of stuff. Okay.
Yep.
So there you go. You got, you know, see, I don't buy a lot of stuff. I just sell it. But anyway, getting back. Yeah, I want to,
Like I said, you're 51% of your way already in 4 hours. You can't
oh
beat
yeah, in
that.
4 hours. I'm golden. And everybody's broke anyway. But again, I want to show you when you buy original art, um, buy original art.
Right there.
If
See,
you
it all shows it
notice,
all.
there's your details. You get 5 trading cards. You get all the covers and the original art. Boom, 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 boom,
Yep.
boom. I mean, you can't beat that, man. You
Nope.
cannot beat that. So there you
That is
go.
the deal of the day.
Get some original artwork. Here's like, see this one right here.
Well,
That's
stop
what
showing that one.
Agent. Okay, I'm not gonna show that one. Agent of Camp is gonna buy that one. Agent of
So,
Camp is gonna buy that cover.
yes.
And he's
Mhm.
gonna get a free special surprise when he gets that cover. He's gonna get like a 1994 copy of High Society in that package.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, yeah, with all the pages stuck together.
Oh, Lord. And that's the way they
Anyway,
all are now.
my name is Anthony Sika. I'm the writer, creator, artist, letterer, publisher, colorist for Venerella, Misty America, formerly, oh my God, from Wild Mercury Comics. I have launched Venerella number 3 tonight at 8 o'clock. I'm 51% there. And like you say, agent, as the campaign goes, I might add some tiers to it.
Mhm.
Not these tiers, but tiers. And you know what? Unless it offends anybody, I am gonna have a nude trading card. Oh, you know what? It might offend my printer. My
Uh-oh.
printer might not like that. Anyway, we are going to have some saucy trading cards, and we are going to have a fun time with this campaign. Come see me this Sunday, September 8th, 2024. I almost said 19. September 8th, 2024. Come see me at the Daytona Beach Comic Convention at the Volusia
There
Fairgrounds
you
on
go.
State Road 44 into land. I don't know the exit off the I-4, but look it up. I will be at table G13 selling my wares, selling some original artwork, actually a lot of original artwork, back issues of Venerella and Misty America. I'm even going to have some Mars 6 ash cans with my neighbor Jeff Whiting sitting next to me who drew that. And I'm going to be just having a good time. And please come out and buy some original artwork because it's the only way I'm paying my mortgage next month. But anyway, peace out,
Yes.
mother truckers.
Yes.
I might even have some Misty America hats.
There you go.
I think I have 3 or 4 left. They're limited edition, so they're $100 a piece now. They're
Where's
gonna be
mine's back there.
No, I think I'm gonna sell. I've been selling them for like 13 or $10 all this time.
Uh-huh.
Now that there's only 3 or 4 left, I think I'm gonna sell them for 20 bucks.
Oh, I thought you were gonna be like ice them and sell them for 5.
I was thinking of that. No, no, I don't wanna sell them for 86% off because
Yes.
that's bad business.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, peace out,
Yep.
Agent de Camp, Anthony
Department of
Stella.
Comics. Visit me on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, please give me please plug your comic channel.
Oh, it's just Department of Comics. So all you gotta do
Department
is just showing the stuff that I buy.
Department of Comics now, is that department spelled out or DEPT period?
It's spelled out. Nice long
Okay.
name.
Spelled out, Agent DeCamp, and the Department of Comics, he shows how much money he's spending on comic
Yes.
books a week. Uh,
And
there's a
action
lot of
figures.
there's a lot of great stuff from Ollie's, a lot of action figures. It's the whole reason he can't crowdfund me tonight
Yes.
because he's got every
Blue the
McFarlane
wad.
and Legends on his wall. And he bought some books from Ollie's that he will never open up and read, and they're just going to sit on the shelf.
Actually, I already opened them.
All right, well there you go. See, there's your resale. You can't
Yes.
sell for
Oh,
$5 again.
I don't care
You,
about selling my stuff.
I got a question though. That Thor omnibus,
Uh-huh.
what Thor run was that? What is it? Is it
Oh gosh, I just
Simonson
put it
with
on the shelf.
Jacoby or?
No, it's before that. It's earlier stuff.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That
That's
looked great.
it's Journey into Mystery 83 to whatever.
It looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it
so
had the
it's
new style costume on there and the cover, painted
okay.
cover.
Looked fantastic.
Yeah.
I was like
My son-in-law got that for me, I think, did
I
he?
went to I went to Ollie's the day after I saw that video, and I couldn't find it. I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
he got it in a different city.
Not that I could afford it anyway, but
Yeah.
when I went to our Ollie's, the only one I saw that you had was that Superman with the lenticular cover,
Yep.
that
Yep.
foil or lenticular cover. That was the
Yeah.
only one I saw from that collection.
The Oz effect.
So so the Ollie's, wherever he shopped, had
Oh, he
much better.
goes all over the place.
Yeah, oh, okay.
All I do is get every weekend I get texts and texts and texts from him saying, "You want this? You want this?"
I I went there to Ollie's to buy something else, and I was looking for all the books that you advertised, and the only book that I bought was an autobiography written by Little Steven Van Zandt, because I'm a huge Little Steven fan.
Yep.
I don't give a shit about his political leanings
Right.
back before. I don't care that he's a crazy liberal, whatever. But I do love Little Steven. I love
Mhm.
his contributions to music,
Yep.
and I do love politically what he did with Nelson Mandela and Sun City during the '80s.
Right.
And if you wanna watch a very, very cool, um, documentary, go on HBO Max and watch the Little Steven documentary,
Yep.
and again, talks all about his political activism, but never talks about modern politics. He only talks about the politics that he addressed in the '80s
Right.
with apartheid. And by
Right.
the way, new appreciation for him. And by the way, I'm a huge fan. When I say huge fan, super huge fan. I used to listen to his Little Steven's Garage every fucking week right after I watched The Sopranos, going back to like the year 2001.
Wow.
Okay. And I love him on The Sopranos. I love them. And by the way, he's a great producer,
Mhm.
singer, guitarist, and songwriter. And little known fact, I saw Bruce Springsteen a year ago
Oh, really?
in Orlando, him and the E Street Band.
Yep.
I've seen Bruce Springsteen 4 times in my life.
Mhm.
And last year's show was one of the best I've ever seen.
Wow.
And little Steven was right there singing and playing his ass off the whole time. But I digress. I picked up little Steven's biography, autobiography for $4.99.
Yep.
Originally priced at $39.99. So I got a deal. And by the
Yes.
way, Ollie's has a lot of cool biographies, both music and even celebrity.
Oh, yeah.
Believe you know what a huge Pam Anderson fan I am?
Mhm.
Okay, Pamela Anderson. Her new book, I Love Pamela or whatever, is actually there also for $4.99.
Wow.
So if you're into Pamela Anderson for more than masturbatory reasons, pick up her book because believe it or not, Pamela Anderson is a very intelligent person and is a very good writer and does not use a ghostwriter. She writes everything herself, and
Wow.
it's a good book if you've going through a divorce or lost a spouse, or you're the Elizabeth Taylor kind of person where you marry everybody you fall in love with. I do I do suggest you read that book because I definitely can relate. Um,
Oh gosh.
is but the thing is, it's also a good book.
Right.
But besides that, they also Ollie's also has like a bunch of rock stars biographies there and
Oh yeah, I
stuff.
saw all those there. Yeah.
So definitely check out Ollie's for the comic books that he buys,
Yes.
and also hell, this past Christmas, I got a book on Aerosmith, The Who, Pink Floyd, and Fender guitars, and
Nice.
they were each like $10, and they were $50 books. So
Right. Yep.
so really good stuff. And again, go check out Department of Comics on YouTube. Like and subscribe, and do the same thing for this channel. And more importantly, go back Venerella #3.
3.
The link is in the description. Good night from Agent DeCamp and Anthony Sika, Misty America, and Venerella. For those about to read comics, we
We
salute.
salute you. Bye.